everyone and welcome to another episode of Ear to the Ground. On today's programme we're going to talk about a topic that has been a lot of buzz about recently. Yes, that's right, it's the declining bee population. Does it affect us? Well, we took to the streets to find out.
Which population?
The bee population.
The bee population?
Well, in the bee movie?
I liked a bit of honey in my porridge.
I don't even know what the bee population is.
I don't think it'll really affect me.
I actually don't. Oh, bees!
It pollinates stuff and a load of plants died. So there won't be a lot of crops.
And the flowers are nice too, so I don't want them to be gone.
So what does the honeybee really do? I think we might need to help educate the public just a little bit more. The honeybee might be more important than you think. Let's take a look.
This is a worker bee. On a typical day, the bee leaves her hive in search of flowers and plants. From these, she collects nectar and pollen to bring back to the hive. It shall be then used to make honey. On its travel, the bee transports pollen on its body from flower to flower. Thus, the male part of the plant reaches the female part, resulting in pollination. This is extremely important to us as humans. 1 in every 3 bites that we eat or drink comes from a result of bees' pollination of crops and plants. Our nuts, fruits, vegetables, along with many minerals and vitamins. Without these bees, we wouldn't even have coffee or chocolate. They are also responsible for the pollination of plants which feed animals, which provide us with meat and dairy products. We need bees to maintain a healthy, balanced diet. But unfortunately, in recent times, bees have faced a much tougher reality.
Over the last few decades, the bee population has been declining due to a phenomenon known as colony collapse disorder. There are many theories regarding this, but the underlying cause is still unknown. Most scientists now believe this problem is multifactorial. The first factor is the varroa mite. This deadly mite has been plaguing the bee population since the 1980s and is thought to be a factor in their decline. It feeds on the blood of the bees and their larvae and passes on infectious diseases. The increased use in neonicotinoids is also a factor. These pesticides are believed to affect the homing, immune and reproductive system of the bees. It has now been banned in Europe for 2 years until more research is carried out. Finally, the decline in the habitat of the bees is also a factor. This is due to the increase in the industrialization of crop production.
So earlier this week, I met up with Ushna, the local beekeeper, and this is what she had to say on the issue. Hi Ushna.
Hi William.
Thanks for coming on the show today.
So Ushna, have you noticed a decline in your own bee population in recent times?
There hasn't, William, thank God. But I'd hate to think about what would happen if there was. And I've heard of a good few people now, other beekeepers who I know, who have lost bees. And they don't have any income anymore.
And what do you think the consequences would be if all the bees disappeared in Ireland?
Well, first of all, William, think about the products the bees make. Honey and other bee products have been used since the beginning of time as medicine, as food, as all sorts of things. It's been said to improve physical performance, mental performance, all sorts, and even bee products have been used as antibiotics. The list goes on, I could go on forever. To be honest, if all the bees do, in fact, was all, I wouldn't like to think of the consequences.
Thank you Ushna for your insight. Unbelievable. But is that the full story? People will have no honey for their toast in the morning? I'm going to find out more.
Out of some 100 crop species which provide 90% of the food worldwide, 71 of these are bee pollinated. The production values of 1 ton of pollinator-dependent crop is approximately 5 times higher than one of those crop categories that do not depend on insect. There you could have imagined it. If the bees were gone, there will be a decline in global agriculture production. Production of staple food does not depend on bee, and they do provide calories in human diet. However, these foods are poor sources of most micronutrients. So dependence on staple food solely due to lack of agricultural production will lead to micronutrient deficiency, or we'll call it a hidden hunger. This is a problem in over 2 billion people worldwide, and is affecting underprivileged countries.
As we have seen and heard from our experts, the declining bee population will have a huge effect on human health in the future. Crops need to be pollinated to flourish, and we as a species need these crops to live balanced, healthy lives. When we see a bee buzzing around, what is our first instinct? To hit, to swat, to kill? Did you ever stop to think that by harming them, we are not only contributing to their demise, but to our own?
So Katie, as it turns out, bees are extremely important for human health.
So that's it. If the bees die, eventually we die.
If it's good for the bees, it's good for us. I'm William.
And I'm Katie.
Till next time on Ears to the Ground.